Let's be real. Being broke and feeling broke are not the same thing. You can have money in the bank and still feel like it is disappearing. You can make a decent living and still wake up anxious about bills, spending, or the next emergency. You may not even realize it, but that constant low-level tension is running in the background of your life like an app that never closes. Today, we are unpacking why so many women feel broke, even when they are not, and what that emotional gap is really costing you. Not just in money, but in joy, confidence, and the way you move through the world. Hey friend, I am Felicia, your money mindset muse, and welcome to Money Talk Mondays on The Wealth Within. This is a safe space where we talk about money, mindset, and meaning with no judgment and no finance jargon. I always say money is not just math. It is memory, emotion, identity, and story. And today we are going straight into that story. Meet Brianna, the woman who always feels behind. Brianna makes around $75,000 a year. She is not rich, but she is doing fine. She pays her bills, contributes to her 401k, and even has a small emergency fund. But every month, she still feels that pit in her stomach when she checks her balance. She hesitates before buying coffee. She scrolls past events because she says she cannot afford it, then later buys random things online to feel better. She says no to things she wants and yes to things that numb her. She is not broke, but she feels broke. And the truth is that feeling does not come from your balance. It comes from your beliefs. Many of us are walking around with a money story built from fear, not facts. The emotional gap between enough and secure. Here is the thing about money. Your emotions often arrive long before your math does. Most women do not fear not having enough. They fear losing what they have worked so hard for. That fear comes from history. Maybe you grew up watching your parents stretch $5 into dinner. Maybe you stood in the grocery store as a child, listening to your mother quietly return items because the total was too high. Maybe you remember that one eviction notice, that one overdraft, that one season when you had to pretend things were fine. You carry that memory not just in your mind, but in your nervous system. So even when things are okay, your body does not believe it. Someone can show you the math. You can see the account. But your brain still whispers, be careful, it could all disappear. You live in survival mode, not because you are broke, but because your body remembers when you were. This is why women who make good money still feel guilty spending it. This is why the number never feels high enough. This is why your goal amount keeps moving. Every time you reach it, you still do not feel safe. What feeling broke actually looks like. Feeling broke does not always mean your wallet is empty. It looks like checking your account before saying yes to dinner, even when you already budgeted for it. It looks like telling yourself you will start traveling next year while 5 more years pass. It looks like having money saved, but being too afraid to enjoy any of it. It is the fear behind every purchase, not the purchase itself. And that mindset is exhausting. That constant self-monitoring does not create discipline. It creates dread. And there is a silent cost. When you live in I cannot mode for too long, you stop seeing what you can do. You stop dreaming, planning, and creating. You start shrinking your life around your fears. That is when feeling broke becomes a lifestyle, even if your income says otherwise. How to shift from scarcity to stability. I want you to pause and ask yourself this question. If money was not the problem, what would feeling safe actually look like? Would it look like paying bills without a knot in your stomach? Would it look like having a cushion that lets you stop checking your account every 3 days? Would it look like buying like the nicer soap, upgrading your tires sooner, saying yes to brunch without rehearsing numbers in your head? Because true financial calm is not just about having more, it is about trusting what you already have. Here are three small shifts that will help you move from feeling broke to feeling balanced. One, track gratitude, not just expenses. Every time you pay a bill, remind yourself this is provision, not loss. Every time you move money to savings, say out loud, I am taking care of my future self. Language rewires the nervous system. Your words matter. Two, speak from abundance, even in transition. Instead of saying, I am broke, say, I am rebalancing. Instead of saying, I cannot afford it, say, that is not a priority for me right now. Your words teach your mind what to believe. Three, set one symbolic goal, not a full financial makeover, just one thing. Save $500, pay off one card, something small enough to finish and big enough to feel. Progress builds confidence, and confidence silences fear. The mindset reframe. Here is the truth. Feeling broke is often your younger self still waiting to feel safe. It is that little girl who watched adults argue about bills. It is that teenager who worked 3 jobs and still worried. It is not weakness, it is memory. But you are not her anymore. You have survived every emergency you swore would break you. You have built skills, discipline, and resilience. You can honor where you came from without living like you are still there. The real difference between being broke and feeling broke is not your balance. It is your belief in your own ability to handle what comes next. You are not broke. You are learning safety in real time. This has been Money Talk Monday on The Wealth Within. I am your host, Felicia, and I will see you next week when we talk about the rich girl mindset and what she does differently that you can do too. Remember, you do not need permission to be great. You just need a plan, and we are going to build that plan together right here on The Wealth Within. See you next time.